What's good, boys? So today's video topic is going to be about the captain who is popularly roaming around, and his soul is in each and every man's body. The captain I am talking about his name is Captain Saberho. So who are these Captain Saberho hoes? These are the people who, regardless of the women, marry them, not even caring that how many dicks have entered their vagina. These Captain Saber hoes treat women like princess regardless of her nature, or not even understanding and having a bit of dignity for themselves. What happens is when Captain Saberho faces consequences in future. For example, you cannot make a whore a housewife. It's true, because if that woman loves to ride the cock carousel, then it is difficult for that man to trust him, or any other man for that matter. But Captain Saberho is blind, he's deaf, but he's still a captain, and he will still lift her up and play with her used up vagina for the rest of his life. Plus, he'll pay her bills, and he won't even care if his wife, and I would call her the female version of that superhero. So regardless of all these things, he will keep providing her, and in return what he gets is a depressed life, and in the future he may also get divorced because of the nature of these women. And unfortunately, there are a lot of men that are like this in today's society, as television, movies, and even some novels for that matter. Now, people should be cautious even before reading some books, because now even books preach these kinds of feminist propagandas, and the conditioning of manginas is being done from a lot of books as well. So all these media bullshit about, and you must have seen this rising feminist during the US elections when Hillary campaign was going on. They demonized Donald Trump, but at the end, the alpha wins, and that is what happened. Donald Trump won. The red pill brotherhood just won in the US, and he is the president now. Plus, if you have noticed him, he wears a red colored tie. So I think the pill he has before any speech turns that tie red. So he's basically a red pill, and he doesn't give a fuck about women and their wishes or anything like that. So on one hand we have Donald Trump and red pills like him, and on the other hand we have Captain Saberho, who has ruined his life, who, as I said, may have faced divorce charges, and now he's paying alimony for his wife as well as his kids. So, what all this is going to do for him, he is at loss. And for that matter, now, if all this happens with him, if he's dead broke and he doesn't have even sufficient money to spend on his day to day needs, then it would have been better for him to not marry and stay single for his whole life. I mean, if he would have stayed single and he would have focused on his development, then he would have been living a less stressful life compared to the situation that men is in now. So, looking at all this, I personally don't feel that marriage is a good option. And like I have studied about the feminist cult and the future of feminism, as well as I'm predicting the future of this society. In today's day and age, marriage is just not a good deal. I mean, for that matter, now, if even if you are married, now I'll share with you a couple of things about India. Now, personally, my parents got married about 30 years ago. It may be in the 1980s. So, when they got married, they were not asked to, get a marriage certificate like it is compulsory now. In today's day and age, you need a marriage certificate to, to legalize your marriage, or else the marriage is considered as illegal. But personally, my parents don't carry any marriage certificate for that matter. But the Indian rituals and the Hindu wedding ceremony has been carried out the way it should have been. But these things don't work in today's society. We have moved on and we have moved up in the society now. And so, back then, marriage was an understanding between two mates, male and female. And for that matter, my parents had an arranged marriage. So, my mom and dad just met each other for the first time 2 months prior to their marriage, and still they are going at a good speed. Like they are living a happy married life for that matter. But that is not the case for my generation and the upcoming generation that is going to come up. Because personally, my mom is a traditional woman and she's a proud traditional woman. Because when she looks at these modern day feminists, she's, she just hates these women, and she wishes that all these feminists and the rising pro female nature that has been building up around us should come to an end, because she believes that men and women are not equal. And I personally would consider her the most mature and most the women who believe in reality. So I consider my mom in that list. So she believes in reality and she knows her thing. She does all the things that women should do. Now, some people will hate me, but that's the truth. Women and men are two different genders. They have two different physiologies. Men have dick, women have vagina. Men have testosterone, women have estrogen. So there's difference in each and every part of male and female gender. So the first objection that feminists take, and they want women to be treated equally, but women can't be treated equally in practicality, because you would treat someone equal only and only if that other person has got the same value as you have. So that is not the case in the gender differences between men and women, and this needs to be understood by each and every individual. Not only men but women should understand this. And I personally feel that there are some women who are willing to understand what their true biology is. And this is something that even has affected India in a long period. And as I have mentioned in my previous videos, we Indians tend to follow the Western trends. By that I mean is, if something is launched in, say, West in the US, if there's a product launch or a ideology has been launched, for example, feminism, which is going to take over India as well in the future. But I personally believe that Indians, especially Indians, should learn from the mistakes that the West makes, rather than jumping into the same fire that has burned thousands of lives. And I know men and even each and every individual will awaken themselves sooner or later. But on a personal point of view, I look at these current situations as a thriving force, because in today's day and age, I have got to know about MGTOW and how to live a life that you wish to. For example, if I go MGTOW, I have got freedom. I have got time to invest in myself, as well as I've got money to invest on myself, because today's economy, prices are going up. There is a lot that brands offer to women than they offer to men. So in this case, what happens is women tend to spend more than men. Into the total consumption of commodities between men and women, 80% of commodities are consumed by women, and only 20% is the rate of men. And in that 20%, I personally believe that most of them are beta males who just go with the trend and have their dad's money in their pocket that they are using regardless of improving themselves. Now, if a individual is improving himself and can build up what his dad, or for that matter his family, has built up in the past, then spending enormous wealth is okay. But these blue pill type of guys will face consequences in future. And like I've always said, each action has a consequence. So if you're okay with the consequence, then I would suggest that you should go the way you are going right now. But if the consequences that are in your mind tell you that what you are doing is wrong and you cannot handle the consequences in the future, then mark my word, you should stay minimalistically and just focus on yourself. In simple words, I would say go MGTOW and stay away from these Captain Save-A-Ho type of guys, because they will shame you in a way that they'll ask you, do you have a girlfriend? And if you say no, they'll try to shame you. And because especially in India, having a girlfriend is somewhat a prestige. And if you don't have a girlfriend, you are considered a B grade person. Now, this is the truth that I'm telling you, because when two or a group of Indian guys are having a conversation, and these things have even happened in my own group of friends. So when guys are having conversation, they would certainly ask if you are dating a woman or not. And if your reply is no, then they'll try to shame you into all sort of things. They'll call you names, blah blah blah. So that's a different thing. But just stay away from such kind of people. And if you are into dating, I would suggest that please don't have any emotional attachments with women, because I've personally experienced some harsh realities in my past, which I thought that I was that kind of guy who thought that not all women are like that. That Nawalt type of guys who think that there are some women who still have some feminine quality left in them. So that's all for now. I hope everyone is doing well. Keep supporting me. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Don't forget to write to me about any questions that you have. So if I find your question interesting enough to answer in a video, I would do so gracefully. But if I don't, at least I will reply to your concerns within a couple of days. Till then, have a good day. Peace out.